Now in Good Morning Northwest, guilty of murder. That's the outcome in the decades-long battle against a former Pasco police officer, Richard Aguirre. What the judge said were the key factors behind his decision.
A frosty start in places. There's a chance of showers later on today. We're going to tell you what form the showers will take. That's coming up.
And today, Spokane's newest mayor is sworn in. How you can watch Lisa Brown take office and who she says will be by her side. You're watching Good Morning Northwest on 4 News Now. Good morning. Thanks so much for starting your day with us. I'm Natalie Grant. It is Wednesday, December 27th. Robin has the morning off. Let's turn things right over to meteorologist Mark Peterson for a first check of our forecast here. Mark, how are things looking out there?
Cool. We have, and just lost that camera, but there we go, 33 degrees. Again, roads look much different this morning than they did yesterday. We don't have the snow, but we do have, again, some glaze and some very sketchy situations out on the outlying areas where it's not treated. 31 into Coeur d'Alene under a clear sky. Now, 4 things you need to know. Patchy freezing fog, and again, some of that could add to that tractionless drive as you come in. So just allow for more time. Sun and clouds today. We're going to have light rain showers coming in later on, about a 20 to 30% chance of it. We'll show you where. But the weekend looks to be mostly dry. Right now we are seeing, again, a little bit of energy that is just to the west of us, moving out. Light snow falling. We do have rain into the Seattle area. They're going to get a break. They're going to get another round. It's that next round that could cross over and affect us later on today in the form of rain showers. 38 will be our high today, 42 down into the Palouse. The day, it's going to be that low cloud deck returning. We're going to have a high today of 38. Probably see that about 2 o'clock. But we're going to be in the mid-30s, above freezing, all the way into the late night.
Mark, thanks. Former Pasco police officer Richard Aguirre will find out in February if he'll be spending the rest of his life in prison. Now, yesterday, a judge found him guilty of first-degree murder in the killing of Ruby Doss in 1986. The courtroom was silent as Aguirre waited to hear the judge's verdict. Key elements in the testimony: DNA that was found on a condom at the crime scene, and an account from a former friend who said Aguirre admitted to choking a woman on the night that Doss died. The evidence persuaded the judge to believe the condom was used by Aguirre and Doss the night that she was murdered. The fresh crime scene and the placement of the evidence led the judge to believe there was a struggle between the two.
The method of killing through strangulation and multiple blunt force strikes to the head, the time it would take of over 3 minutes to die by strangulation, and the multiple, at least 5 blunt force strikes to miss Doss's head are factors relevant to establish premeditation.
Now, once the court was adjourned, Aguirre was handcuffed and taken into custody. His sentencing is scheduled for February 5th.
And new details from the Middle East. This morning, the U.S. is striking back at Iranian-backed militants in Iraq as tensions from the Israel-Hamas war continue to spill over into the Middle East. President Joe Biden authorized the U.S. strikes following a Christmas Day drone attack on U.S. troops in northern Iraq. And this morning, we're getting a look at some of the damage from the 3 locations hit in the U.S. retaliatory strikes, which has been condemned by Iraq's prime minister in a statement.
This is very prevalent amongst the Iranians. It's how they conduct business. And it's very messy because they're using forces that sometimes don't actually take direct orders, but ultimately it's to push back against the influence of the United States.
The Pentagon estimates more than 100 attacks against U.S. personnel in the region since the start of the Israel-Hamas war. In a statement, Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin saying he and President Biden will not hesitate to take necessary action to defend the United States, our troops, and our interests. There is no higher priority. And now this comes as a shipping route in the Red Sea has also been attacked for at least the 16th time. Experts say attacks on U.S. troops and on commercial ships could be impacting your wallet. Investors are now keeping a close eye on oil and gas prices, which are on the rise, as are shipping costs. Oil prices are up more than 2% in the last 24 hours. And in the last week, gas prices are up 6 cents per gallon nationwide. And we continue to follow updates from the Middle East, including a key meeting between the U.S. and Israel this week. Coming up in 30 minutes, I'll break down the latest details on Israel's war with Hamas. Reporting in studio, Sydney Charles, 4 News Now.
Sydney, thanks. Around the nation this morning, America's Strategic Petroleum Reserve is getting a boost from the largest sale in history last year. The Department of Energy buying 3 million barrels of oil, spending an average of a little more than $77 each last year. Now, the Biden administration sold oil from the reserve to help control prices after Russia's invasion of Ukraine. And taking a look around the world this morning, Russia fired almost 50 drones at targets across Ukraine today, shelling a train station where more than 100 civilians were gathered to catch a train to Kyiv. The barrages killed at least 5 people and knocked out power to most of the southern city of Kherson. The strikes come a day after Ukrainian warplanes damaged a Russian ship moored in the Black Sea off of Crimea. Now, both sides' soldiers struggled to make much progress along the front line of the 22-month war. Back here closer to home, the Spokane Regional Opioid Task Force is ending its program due to a lack of funds. It's a major loss for a community of resources to fight against the ongoing drug crisis. The Race Rundin Foundation is a Spokane area-based organization that helps families and people suffering from addiction. The CEO says the decision from the Spokane Regional Health District to end this program is a surprise.
The Opioid Task Force was really good at meeting once a month and bringing a lot of resources together and keeping everyone informed on the most current information, hearing what everyone is doing in programs. But we just lost a great community resource.
The Washington Department of Health says the funding comes from the CDC through the state. The task force will end on December 29th, which is coming up this Friday. Spokane Mayor-elect Lisa Brown will be sworn in today at the Spokane Central Library. Brown officially takes over as mayor next week. She narrowly defeated Mayor Nadine Woodward in the general election last month. One of Brown's first major tasks is hiring a new police chief. Last week, she announced that she'll appoint Justin Lundgren as interim chief of police. Lundgren has been with SPD since 1997 and currently serves as the assistant police chief. Now, together, Brown and Lundgren will work to find a permanent replacement for Chief Craig Meidel. You can watch Lisa Brown's swearing-in ceremony at 5:30 this evening on your connected TV just by using your KXLY Plus app. Your Good Morning Northwest time right now is 6:07 on this Wednesday. Let's toss things back over to Mark to take a look at see what we're seeing this morning.
We're looking for the expectation in some areas of patchy freezing fog. Right now, things are looking pretty good. Into the Wenatchee and Moses Lake area, there's a little bit of fog, but we're looking pretty good. So we're going to continue to take a look at what we can expect later on today. We could see some changes.
12 million passengers in 6 days. That's the number that the TSA said flew over the Christmas holiday. How a winter storm to our east is still causing headaches for people who are trying to get home. Plus, what was once an East Spokane staple has now been reduced to dust. We're taking a look back at the history of the former site of Sam's Barbecue Pit.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
A new year calls for a new look. During the 4-day New Year Super Sale at Furniture Row. That's 4 days where the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend and watch the savings stack up. You'll also find huge savings on living, dining, bedroom, and much, much more. Plus, make your cash go further with 6 years, no interest. But don't wait. The 4-day New Year's Super Sale at Furniture Row ends soon.
It's We'll Buy Your Car time at AutoNation. We'll buy your car. We'll buy your truck. We'll buy your SUV. Get tip-top dollar for your car right now because, well, we need every vehicle we can get. Plus, you don't have to buy one from us. Visit AutoNation.com or see us in store for an easy appraisal. We'll give you a check on the spot or pay you with Zelle the same day, deposited and done. And in case you missed it, AutoNation will buy your car today. So, get here, like now.
Your whole health is more than what you find at the doctor's office because it's all around you. The food you eat, what makes you happy, and what keeps you up at night. The place you call home. It's why we created a health insurance company that considers so much more. WellPoint, your whole health is our whole point.
It's
the Planet Fitness You Can Still Join a Gym in 2023 sale. Now through December 29th, join for just $1 down, $10 a month, and you can still do that thing you said you'd do 11 and a half months ago. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. It's not too late. This can still be your year. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, cancel anytime, and pay nothing until January 17th. Hurry. Deal ends Friday, December 29th.
As a mom, a food blogger, a wife, and a business owner, time is everything. So whenever something comes along and frees up some of my time, it's a game changer. Electrolux has made my life that much better. With a little more time for this, and this, and this, and this. And the Freds family made it so easy, from selecting the perfect model to their swift installation. Freds is a game changer.
4 News Now is brought to you by Skelton's Carpet One, Lewiston.
Welcome back in. The time is now 6:10 on this Wednesday. Here's a look at what's new on Good Morning Northwest. While thousands of migrants enter the U.S. illegally every day, more than 11,000 people continue to wait in shelters and camps on the Mexican side of the border. Now, in recent weeks, U.S. border cities have struggled under the weight of an unprecedented surge of people crossing to the U.S. from Mexico. Federal authorities reported a 7-day average of more than 9,600 migrant encounters along the U.S. southern border in December. Since May, the U.S. Department of Homeland Security has deported or returned over 445,000 migrants, the vast majority of whom had crossed the U.S. southern border. In Texas, the family of a missing pregnant teenager says she and her boyfriend have been found dead. Police are not yet confirming, though, if the victims found dead in a car outside of a San Antonio apartment complex are that missing couple. Now, 18-year-old Savannah Soto was 9 months pregnant, and court documents say her boyfriend, Matthew Guerrera, was on probation for allegedly assaulting Soto on Christmas Day last year. The busy holiday travel season is wrapping up with delays as a major winter storm continues to slam the Plains region. A blizzard warning was issued from northeastern Colorado into western South Dakota. The area getting walloped with snow, or likely more is on the way as well. The TSA says it screened more than 12 million passengers in 6 days, starting on December 21st.
All right, in our 10-second takeaway on this Wednesday morning, it's going to be sun and clouds today. Yeah, you're going to want a warm layer. There's enough moisture, just puts that bite in the air. 38, though, will be our high today.
A historic landmark just east of downtown Spokane is no more. This pile of rubble on East 2nd Avenue was once Sam's Pit, the notorious restaurant so plagued with crime in the 80s that the city forced it to shut down in 1993. The building sat vacant for years, but with the Pepsi sign and the name Sam's remaining over the front door. Now, according to the Spokane Historic Landmarks Facebook page, the house started out as an Italian restaurant in the 1920s. Now, Sam Wally's opened it as Sam's Pit in 1967. He was known for helping people in East Central Spokane. Now, he died in 1977, and an employee then took over the restaurant. Your Good Morning Northwest time right now is 6:13. Still to come, the new year could mean a new pay bump for millions across the U.S. as minimum wage is set to increase on January 1. How businesses are already starting to prepare. And as we head to break, here's a live look at the lights in Cowley Park, only up for, well, whenever Mark decides to take them down. Thanks so much for waking up with us on Good Morning Northwest. We'll see you after this.
Want to instantly look more attractive, years younger, and even healthier? The solution is whiter teeth. Even teeth that are just a little yellow are a problem. They rob your appearance, make you look older, and can hurt your confidence. Whitening strips are messy and can take up to 30 minutes. And many people admit whitening toothpastes just don't get the job done. It's time you discovered Power Swabs, the fast 5-minute treatments to whiten your teeth without the hassle. Power Swabs will whiten natural teeth and remove stains from veneers, bonding, caps, and crowns. Using Power Swabs is as simple as snap, swab, and smile. Step 1. Just snap open the applicator and apply the stain out swab. This removes stains and rehydrates your enamel. Step 2. Use the ultra white swab to whiten your teeth's surface for a bright white smile. It takes just 5 minutes, doesn't cause crazy sensitivity for most people, and delivers incredible results.
Well, they're whiter, they're brighter, and I feel better about my smile. And it was so easy to do.
One friend was like, your teeth look like really white. Did you do anything to it? And I was like, I did. I did power swabs.
I have been 10 times happier with my smile since I started using power swabs.
Power swabs are guaranteed to whiten your teeth up to 2 shades after the first 5-minute application. Think about it. 5 minutes after they arrive at your door, you'll have whiter teeth. Better yet, after short 5-minute daily treatments for a week, your teeth will be an average of 6 shades whiter. Over 500,000 people have already seen incredible results. It's time to discover what you've been missing.
Power swabs definitely gave me a much more beautiful smile. I was really impressed with it, and I was impressed with the results.
Now, it's your turn to get started with power swabs so you can be more attractive, look years younger, and be more confident every day. Call, go online, or scan the code on your screen right now to receive 50% off this new year. Now get ready to look years younger with power swabs.
Do more. Tracks. Whatever your plans are this season, do more in a new Chevy. Or qualified lessees can get this Equinox for around $239 a month.
See your hometown Chevy dealer today.
4 News Now is brought to you by Coeur d'Alene Wigs.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Welcome back. And the time now is 6:16. The cost of living, as we all know, has been skyrocketing in recent years. Now, this January 1st, millions of Americans will get some help paying their bills. And that includes us right here in Washington, where the minimum wage will be bumping up to $16.28 an hour, which is the highest in the country. But not everyone is on board with these new changes. ABC's Andrew Dimbert has the details.
With a new year comes new laws, and for many states, that means the minimum wage is going up. Beginning January 1st, 22 states will see their minimum hourly wage increase. In some states, the hike will be small, just 35 cents in Ohio. But in Hawaii, the minimum is raising by $2.
The impact of the increase in minimum wage it just moves people closer and closer to out of poverty.
In New York, a split. The minimum hourly wage in the New York City area will rise by $1, while the rest of the state sees an 80-cent raise. But it's California that has generated the most headlines. Wages there are going up by 50 cents on January 1st. And then in April, fast food workers will see a far more substantial raise of $4 an hour.
557,000 people at 30,000 locations. This is a big deal. $20 an hour. 80% of the workforce in these fast food places, 80% are people of color. Two-thirds are women.
This is for my ancestors. This is for all the farm workers, all the cotton pickers. This is for them.
But the state is already paying the consequences. 2 large Pizza Hut franchises announced yesterday that they're eliminating their in-house delivery services, resulting in more than 1,200 drivers being laid off. Customers will now have to use third-party apps like DoorDash for deliveries. And Chipotle and McDonald's have said they'll be raising prices in the state to offset the higher labor costs. Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
Let's take a live look this morning up at the sky. We got a full moon out there today.
Yeah, it's absolutely, I just love the fact when we can see it.
Yeah.
It's not a super moon, it's a full moon, but it's pretty spectacular. Ice crystals up in the sky. If you look at that, sometimes you see the rings of ice coming down as it refracts through there. I love it.
It's so cool. It's good. I mean, that's clear enough, like you said.
Full moon, everyone could be a little crazy. All right, good morning. Let's take a look at some of the crazy numbers we have when it comes to this winter. Now, we talked about El Nino. We talked about warmer and wetter than normal, but now we're talking about snowpack. Remember, it was all rain 10 days ago. So we look at this, and we have 60% of normal into Coeur d'Alene, 57% of normal, including Schweitzer. So we need more snow. We're not going to get it anytime soon. We look at Lookout Pass. Just want to take another close look. Historic high way up here. Normal, the green line. Historic low here, but look at now. Below that historic level. And those rain showers took a lot of that snow away. So we don't have that snow pack that's going to continue, even though we've had an average amount of moisture coming through the area. 38 degrees will be our high today. Some light evening shower potential. Overnight clouds, cool, some patchy fog tomorrow, depending on how much moisture we get later on today and where we get that. So here is the Midwest. You can see this low has brought about, again, some of those blizzard conditions that stretch all the way up into parts of Colorado. We talked about that. The energy on this system continues to make its way north. We're going to be just on that line, just on the edge of it. So we're going to see the potential for a little bit of energy that's going to be coming in. That's going to be this evening about 5 o'clock. And it looks to stop around Ritzville, but we could see it come into our area with some light rain showers. And then we're going to continue to be dry. Now, we're going to see a continuation of mild weather. We do have, again, some light rain coming into eastern Washington, and then it just dives out as it gets into the Tri-Cities. 43 into Ritzville today, 39 into Coeur d'Alene. We're going to see 41 tomorrow, but 38 today. And in fact, upper 30s all the way through into the new year, which could be one of our coolest days, still above average at 36. That's Monday, 2024.
Wow. It's coming up quick here.
It is.
All right. Thanks, Mark. Well, your Good Morning Northwest time right now is 6:21 with the new year just 4 days away. Both nationally ranked Zags teams are licking their chops in anticipation of the new year and the start of the West Coast Conference play. We'll have a preview coming up next in Morning Sports.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
After a quick flight to the North Pole, at-risk children can experience the magic of Christmas through Fantasy Flight.
A child should have amazing and magical Christmas memories. The Spokane Fantasy Flight creates a once-in-a-lifetime adventure to the North Pole full of gifts, love, laughter, and elves.
Numerica Credit Union is honored to partner with organizations like Fantasy Flight as they work to enhance lives, fulfill dreams, and build communities.
Check out more organizations that make our community stronger at numericacu.com.
Sorry about that car accident. Got that insurance claim check for you.
I gotta call Swap. I gotta call Swap.
Here you go.
That's it? I'm calling him.
You forgot your check.
Craig Swap & Associates is on your side. We'll make sure you get the help you deserve, and we only get paid after you win.
One call, that's all.
509-999-9999.
The love that goes into a Subaru comes out when Subaru and our retailers share the love. 116,000 animals supported, 3,300 wishes granted, 4.3 million meals provided, and over 400 national parks protected. Be a part of something bigger. Get a new Subaru during the Share the Love event, and Subaru and our retailers will donate $300 to charity.
Drive new Subaru models with 2.9% financing at AutoNation Subaru.
Get your groove on at Mysticquoi Casino Hotel Sunday, December 31st. You could win your share of over $15,000 in cash. Enjoy party favors to ring in 2024. Learn more at Mysticquoi.com.
The After Christmas Mattress Clearance is on now at all Walker's Furniture Stores, where you can save up to $700 on Serta iComfort Eco Adjustable Sets, or save up to $700 on Serta Arctic, making it the perfect time to say yes to a better quality sleep and take advantage of after Christmas savings, like Hot Buy mattresses priced to go.
Plus, receive up to $300 of additional free furniture with select mattress purchases. Celebrate the new year with better sleep at Walker's.
It's time to jumpstart your New Year's resolutions this week at Move Fitness with a special Enroll Now $24 offer to get you moving more in 2024. Move Fitness.
There's only a few days left in 2023, and that means the college basketball season is about to ramp up as we enter the business end of the season. And for the Gonzaga Bulldogs, they're doing pretty well at this point, all things considered. In the latest Associated Press Top 25 poll, they come in at number 13, which is up 2 spots from last week. The Bulldogs beat Jackson State last Wednesday to go into the Christmas break with a 9-3 record, but they got a tough task coming up on Friday evening as they welcome in national runner-up San Diego State, who has the kind of defense necessary to beat the Bulldogs. A loss, and it will surely send them tumbling down the polls. On the women's side, there was no movement for Gonzaga as they come in at number 20 in the latest AP poll. They're coming off an impressive finish to non-conference play as they beat New Mexico 67-56 last Friday to move to 13-2 on the season and become the first team in the nation to 13 wins, as this team looks poised to make another run at the WCC title when conference play opens up in January.
If you look at it on paper before, I think that we would have been pleased with, I didn't know where the wins and losses would come from, but you don't win them all. I think that we got Kaylee back in a rhythm. She's playing great, and she'd been out last season. I think we've figured out how we can do things with that group of high-powered offensive players, and then when we bring in some subs, how we can continue to maintain the intensity on offense.
And senior forward Yvonne Ejim continues to bring in the accolades this season as she was named the West Coast Conference Player of the Week for the 4th time this season. Ejim is averaging more than 24 points a game and shot better than 75% from the field against Arizona and New Mexico. She also scored double digits for 20 straight games and reached at least 20 points 9 times this year. Now, the Zags will have to wait more than a week before their next game as they're going to travel out to Portland to take on the Pilots to open up WCC play on January 4th. In studio, I'm Alex Crescenti, 4 News Now Sports.
Should be an exciting rest of the season. Thanks, Alex. Well, your Good Morning Northwest time right now is 6:26. Still to come this morning, new details in the University of Idaho murders case 1 day before the home is set to be demolished. What information the judge says will no longer be available to the public. And before we go to break, here is a first look at what's coming up in Good Morning America, starting at 7.
In this morning's GMA First Look, yet another twist and scandal surrounding the trial of convicted murderer Alec Murdaugh, this time centered around the county clerk who read his verdict.
Guilty, guilty, guilty.
Becky Hill co-wrote Behind the Doors of Justice, The Murdaugh Murders, in which she details her role in the trial, but she's now accused of plagiarizing a section of that book.
I was shocked. I was disappointed. I was sad.
Neil Gordon is the book's co-author.
She said that she felt like she was under a lot of deadline pressure, and she remembered that particular article was on her email.
And coming up at 7 a.m., we have much more on what Hill's jury tampering allegations could mean for Alec Murdaugh's chances at a retrial. With your GMA First Look, I'm Trevor Ault, ABC News, New York.
This right here is confidence in a bottle. It makes me feel so much more confident than I've ever felt.
They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes. Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says this one is for real.
This one is for real, and I'm so excited. We even have a video, and all he uses is a small amount on a clean, dry face. And what it does is it tightens and lifts the appearance of bags underneath your eyes. And I did this to my father. We were at home, so we applied it to his under eye bags, and let me tell you, we were so excited. In under 10 minutes, they visibly disappeared from view, and now it is literally part of both of our daily routines. And not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles.
This new year is the best time to try Plexiderm at our startup price of only $14.95. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Move Fitness.
At Jewelry Design Center, we want to be your jeweler for life.
We're the largest independent diamond supplier in the Northwest, bringing you the best quality, the best care, the best diamonds at the best and lowest price first. Experience unrivaled expertise at any one of our locations.
We're a family business with one goal, to be your jeweler for life. Jewelry Design Center since 1977.
Whatever the holidays mean to you, get the most out of them in a new Honda. Whether it's taking in the lights with all your friends in a spacious Accord, or taking in a snow day in a rugged CR-V. Your holiday adventure awaits with a new Honda during Happy Honda Days. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
Is the winner of 23 awards and the most royal party on Broadway. It's an exhilarating pop rock avalanche and a total blast. A high-energy history remix 500 years in the making that speaks vibrantly to today. Six the Musical is Broadway's euphoric celebration. Six the Musical, January 23rd to the 28th at First Interstate Center for the Arts. We're Six. Get tickets at BroadwaySpokane.com.
From 4 News Now, this is Good Morning Northwest.
We're kicking off this half hour with the 4 News Now story tracker that's following the stories people are reading about this morning. As the Christmas decorations begin to come down, you may be wondering what to do with your Christmas tree. Well, the city of Spokane is offering free curbside pickup starting next Tuesday, January 2nd, going all the way through Friday, January 12th. You can put your tree out on your curb on your regular garbage day, at least 3 feet away from your garbage and recycling bins. Now, this does not apply to artificial trees. And remember, trash pickup is a day late this week and next, thanks to the Monday holidays. Well, it's never too early to start planning for the beautiful fireworks display in downtown Spokane for New Year's on December 31st at 9 p.m. You can watch a plethora of fireworks being lit off from the clock tower right down in Riverfront Park. The night also features a DJ on the ice at Numerica Skate Ribbon. The show is free and marks a great way to ring in the new year. Sounds like a lot of fun. Thanks so much for starting your morning with us. I'm Natalie Grant. It is Wednesday, December 27th. Robin has the morning off. Let's turn things over to Mark Peterson with a first look at your forecast. Mark.
All right, good morning. It's really numerically a mild start to the day. 33 degrees in Spokane, 31 into Coeur d'Alene with a clear sky. We got a low cloud deck starting to build in. Here's a look at the 4 things you need to know. Patchy freezing fog in some areas. Going to be sun and clouds today. Light rain showers potentially later. They're looking around dinner time. But as we work our way into the final weekend of 23, it looks to be dry. Now, the forecast radar, a few isolated and scattered what could be out of the low fog deck. Some of that freezing fog coming through, and then we get a nice break. We're going to have sun and clouds, and then that next system starts to build in for the afternoon. That could present some 5 or 6 o'clock scattered showers coming through our area, and it'll be in the form of rain. Currently 34 in Deer Park, 32 into Cheney, 32 into the Valley. Liberty Lake at 34 degrees. Our high today is going to work its way up to 38. Air quality is good. Winds are going to be light.
And at the Breaking Now desk, as Israel's war with Hamas continues, officials from the U.S. and Israel are discussing the transition to a new phase of the war. There was a key meeting on the issue just last night.
So we've been having really good conversations with the administration since this crisis erupted on October 7th.
During last night's meeting, Secretary of State Antony Blinken and National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan met with Israeli Minister for Strategic Affairs Ron Dermer. Dermer is a confidant of Israel's prime minister, and he's also part of Israel's war cabinet. A White House official says the group discussed freeing hostages still held in Gaza, the need for Israel to focus on high-value Hamas targets, Israel's post-war plans in Gaza, and steps to improve the humanitarian situation and minimize harm to the people living in Gaza. That harm shockingly apparent, with a World Health Organization official describing an unending flow of wounded patients at an overwhelmed hospital.
There's no way to keep up with the scale of injuries and trauma and suffering that's coming through these doors 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, while this war is ongoing. This has to stop.
But on Monday, Israel's prime minister vowed a, quote, long fight ahead, and Israel's prime minister isn't giving any indication that his country's military is in any position to let up. Reporting in studio, Sydney Charles, 4 News Now. Natalie.
Sydney, thanks. New developments in the murder case against Bryan Kohberger, the man accused of killing 4 University of Idaho students in their off-campus house last year. The judge has agreed to seal the records of Kohberger's motion to have the case dismissed. Now, Kohberger's lawyers wanted the grand jury indictment dismissed, saying the jurors were given improper instructions on the level of probable cause needed to indict him. The judge denying that request last week. Now, this now means that any documents submitted as a part of that request are no longer accessible by the public. Kohberger is accused of killing Madison Mogen, Xander Kernodle, Ethan Chapin, and Kaylee Gonsalves back in November of 2022. The house they were killed in is scheduled for demolition tomorrow. Kohberger's trial date has not yet been set, but the state has requested it start in the summer. Well, with the start of a new year, there are new laws that go into effect in both Washington and Idaho. In Idaho, student IDs will be removed from the list of approved documents to register and to vote at the polls. The state now offers free state-issued ID cards to assist people who are impacted by this law change. And in Washington, there will now be a 10-day waiting period for all firearm purchases. Currently, the waiting period only applies to semi-automatic weapons. Sellers will need to initiate a background check and then wait an additional 10 days now. Gun owners must also prove that they've passed a safety training program within the last 5 years or prove that they're exempt from these training requirements. Well, a heads up if you or your child are applying for financial assistance to pay for college. By the end of the week, the new and improved FAFSA will be available. Now, this is the form that helps determine college financial and aid availability. Now, a new version is supposed to be a lot less paperwork, with more applicants having to answer fewer than 20 questions. According to the student aid website, more than 610,000 new low-income students will be eligible to receive Pell Grants due to updates to student aid calculations. Now, the new FAFSA form will be able to directly connect information from the IRS, so families won't need to enter in that complicated information manually. That application is set to be available by the 31st. Your Good Morning Northwest time right now is 6:36. Let's toss things on over to Mark, see what he's tracking for us this morning. Some chilly temperatures to start the day.
Yep. We're going to have cloud cover. We're going to get some sun breaks. We had that low cloud deck all day yesterday, and we're expecting 38 degrees. Now we take a live look at Cowley Park. You see the tree there for all of those who have been affected by breast cancer. It's look absolutely so beautiful. If you have a moment, stop by Cowley Park and take a look at the decorations. We're going to have a check of the forecast coming up.
And just because winter has begun doesn't mean allergy sufferers get a break. We'll help you breathe a little easier with some tips to reduce your winter allergy symptoms. That's coming up next.
Connect with 4 News Now on KXLY+.
Do more together this tracks. Whatever your plans are this season, do more in a new Chevy. Or qualified lessees can get this Equinox for around $239 a month. See your hometown Chevy dealer today.
My name is Bob Rambo, and this is my Summit Cancer Center story. I had lymphoma. I was kind of scared to death, and the doctors recommended I go to Summit Cancer Center. Everybody on the staff there is super neat, nice, and it's kind of like a homecoming. I had lymphoma, and they cured that. I'm very thankful for this cancer center.
Andes Heating, Cooling, Electrical guarantees to keep your home safe and warm. Your comfort is Andes' priority. Get ready for the cold with a high-efficiency furnace from Carrier and turn to the experts. Andes offers a wide range of top-quality heating systems that are both reliable and environmentally friendly. Andes' team of experts are highly trained and experienced, so you can trust Andes to diagnose and fix any issue efficiently. Andes Heating, Cooling, Electrical, your trusted Carrier experts since 1972.
AutoNation will buy your car, your truck, even your SUV. It's We'll Buy Your Car time at AutoNation. Get top dollar right now. Visit AutoNation.com or see us for an easy appraisal. Get paid on the spot. So don't wait. Sell AutoNation your car now.
It's the Planet Fitness You Can Still Join a Gym in 2023 sale. Now through December 29th, join for just $1 down, $10 a month, and you can still do that thing you said you'd do 11 and a half months ago. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. It's not too late. This can still be your year. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, cancel anytime, and pay nothing until January 17th. Hurry. Deal ends Friday, December 29th.
We are here in Israel, a nation at war, the worst attack in 50 years. Israel waging a fierce bombardment of Gaza.
When it matters most, America turns to David Muir and ABC's World News Tonight.
Just before 6:40 this morning, in news for your health, since the start of the COVID-19 pandemic, researchers tracking general mental health around the world have noticed some trends. They found that women now have worse overall mental health, depression, and anxiety than they did before the pandemic started. Although other groups of people were more affected by the pandemic than others, we've settled back into a similar mental state as before the outbreak. That includes older adults, university students, and people of a sexual or gender minority group who have had slightly worse symptoms of depression. Now, if you or someone you know is struggling with an urgent mental health crisis, text or call the crisis line at 988. Free help is available 24/7 there. Well, the number of young onset dementia cases are rising. Although early dementia is thought to have been detected by genetics, new research has indicated that lifestyle also plays a role. Young onset dementia means the cognitive decline that one experiences years before the signs of dementia sets in. For some, that can be as early as the age of 30. A new study found some of the more surprising risk factors are social isolation, hearing loss, and low vitamin D. A person's socioeconomic status and ability to obtain higher education also seem to be a factor.
In our 10-second takeaway on this Wednesday morning, it's going to be sun and clouds today, probably more cloud cover. Grab a warm layer. It's still chilly out there, not to mention the fact the humidity is high. 38 will be our high today.
Well, just when you thought you could breathe easier once fall allergies went away, winter allergies start to flare up, and they're often triggered by things that are inside your house, including your Christmas tree.
Wintertime allergies can be related to the indoor allergens, which include dust mites, cockroach, indoor mold, and then animals, especially pets.
Now, you can cope with winter allergies by trying a dehumidifier, cleaning often, bathing your pets, and making sure that you have medicine on hand. Your Good Morning Northwest time right now is 6:41. The new year is a great time to get organized. And after the break, we'll take a look at ways that you can declutter your house in an environmentally friendly way and even make a little cash while you're at it.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
It's back. 4 big days, January 25th to the 28th at the Spokane County Fair and Expo Center. New dealers, new boats, new floor layout. Go to SpokaneBoatShow.com.
One of my favorite programs is the People Helping People program.
Any BECU member can nominate a nonprofit that they care about.
We are so appreciative of BECU and their support for our program. One of our parents, who also happens to work here, was able to nominate us. Our service of the community really aligns well with BECU.
Last year, we gave away 3 grants in Spokane. This year, we're slated to give away $525,000.
Thanks to BECU, we are able to meet the needs of more families.
Express yourself with M-Face, a non-invasive facelift. No surgery, no toxins, no needles, no downtime, and it's pain-free. Tone, contour, and smooth your face today with M-Face, the first and only clinic in North Idaho with the M-Face technology. Contact Revival Wellness Clinic today.
Watch me. Watch me grapple, move, and pin. When I hit the mat, don't underestimate the grin. I've got state championships and medals to show, but it's about more than just winning. This you should know. Overcoming odds through therapy and care. The road was long. Now opponents beware. Watch me. Game-changing sports medicine at Shriners Children's. The most amazing care anywhere.
An escaped pet pig named Kevin Bacon is becoming an internet sensation. It's a great name for a pig.
It is.
Next, Kelly with Kevin Bacon, plus SNL's Ego Woden.
Watch Kelly today at 4 and 4 News Now at 5.
isn't it true that we're the only new car in the country under $20,000?
It's true, Tay. The Mitsubishi Mirage is only $17,740.
Wow, that's amazing. And we're discounting the award-winning Outlander for over $10,000?
Right again, Tay. Right now, over $10,000 below MSRP or $4,000 and 0% interest.
Hurry in, everyone. A lot of great deals. And remember, we're a lot of fun, too.
Lights Division across from Lowe's.
Boats of all types and sizes, heavy metal and smaller fishing boats, open bow, high-performance ski and wakeboard boats, pontoons, and personal watercraft. Learn more at SpokaneBoatShow.com.
4 News Now is brought to you by Move Fitness.
Welcome back. The time is just now before 6:45. Once the holidays roll around and we turn our gaze to the new year, for many that means getting organized. And if you're thinking about decluttering, no worries. ABC's Becky Worley takes a look at the environmental impact and how you can do right by the planet and your wallet with a few extra steps.
Camping gear and sports equipment, it is desperately in need of a declutter. I've pulled out all the things we don't use anymore, but what now? Do I just throw this stuff away? That feels super wasteful and bad for the environment. And it is. The average U.S. consumer throws away 81.5 pounds of clothes every year and generates 46 pounds of electronic waste per person.
When we declutter, a lot of us don't think about what happens to all of that stuff.
Anna Robertson is a co-founder of The Cool Down, a media company dedicated to the fight against climate change.
A lot of the stuff that we get rid of ends up in the landfill, where it just takes up space and it turns into methane gas, which is one of the most toxic greenhouse gases that we produce and that creates pollution in our atmosphere.
But she says it doesn't have to be that way.
There are literally hundreds of companies that will take your old stuff and give you store credit or even cash in some cases.
If your kids are outgrowing their shoes at a record pace, check out Got Sneakers. Shipping is free, and all shoes that you send are upcycled, keeping your running shoes out of landfills, some even netting you cash. What about old electronics? Big retailers now have free e-cycling. Some will even haul away larger items, and in some cases will give you a credit for old gadgets. Clothing brands like Patagonia, Levi's, Madewell, and Lululemon offer gift certificates for their clothes returned to them after you're done with them. And for sports gear and musical instruments, Play It Again Sports or Music Go Round are retail stores around the country that will take your gear and resell it.
There are tons of great online marketplaces where you can sell your stuff and make some money for it too.
Like Facebook Marketplace, eBay, and Craigslist. For Utah mom Jen and her daughters, they're ready for a big clean out with the help of professional declutterers Get Organized Park City.
We're excited for a refresh.
Big items in their purge, arts and craft supplies that they're taking to a local school, books that they'll donate to the library.
How about these guys?
And super cute costumes from when the girls were younger.
There's some schools that do costume exchanges, so we'll see what avenues we can use to upcycle or sell those costumes.
As for my clean out, I offloaded the shoes to Got Sneakers, the golf clubs at Play It Again Sports, and a bunch of electronics at Best Buy. Doing something good for my wallet and the environment.
Make money, declutter your home, keep the landfills empty. It's a win-win-win.
For Good Morning America, Becky Worley, ABC News, Oakland, California.
Well, now I feel like I need to go declutter out my closets to the start of this year. We're taking a live look at Cowley Park this morning. Some beautiful lights still up there this morning. Absolutely gorgeous out there. Still got the Christmas music playing.
Yep, holiday music is going to play through the beginning of the new year, and then it'll be a done deal. But you can still get that Christmas feel right there. 38 degrees will be our high today. Light evening shower potential. That's going to be really between 5 and 7 tonight. Temperature is going to be cool. It's going to be 32 degrees for the overnight low. Winds are going to be light. More patchy fog potential for the next couple of days simply because the atmosphere has quite a bit of moisture in it. Now, we look at what we can expect for today. About 5 o'clock, we see enough energy coming off the west that it could create, again, some of those scattered showers in our region we're going to clear out, and tomorrow we should see some nice sunshine, variable clouds. Friday looks to be a pretty nice day with a little more cloud cover, and then we're going to see more mountain showers that are going to be coming in. So just be aware. Again, we're going to expect to see light amounts of moisture potential into eastern Washington, but it's really the northern Cascades and areas over into the Puget Sound. They're going to get some real rain and then snow into the mountains. We're going to be in the upper 30s, 36 Sandpoint, 43 into Ritzville, 44 into St. Mary's, the Palouse. You're going to be into the low 40s today. We'll be in the low 40s for Thursday and Friday, where Saturday is 38. Sunday, New Year's Eve, we are going to see 37 degrees for the high there. Overnight lows of 30, and then only warming up to 36 for the New Year's Day. And then we warm into the upper 30s and low 40s for the middle of next week. The overnight lows are still going to be well above average. So 33 is an average high, 23 is an average low. All of that is above average day and night. Oh, and we added another minute to our daylight today.
Hey, and that's a win right there.
There you go.
Love to see it. All right, thanks, Mark. Well, your Good Morning Northwest time right now is 6:49. Your morning sprint is coming up next. Thanks so much for waking up with us on Good Morning in Northwest. We'll see you right after this break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Washington Trust Bank.
What you see is important. That makes quality eye care important too. Get personalized care from experienced optometrists at Shopko Optical. Better eye care. You'll see. Schedule your comprehensive eye exam at shopko.com or bring in your outside prescription.
Sorry about that car accident. Got that insurance claim check for you.
I gotta call Swap. We'll make sure you get the help you deserve, and we only get paid after you win.
One call, that's all.
509-999-9999.
Go, Chiefs, go! The guy's a quick shot, and a score! Left circle, shoot, and scores!
Saturday, December 30th, your Spokane Chiefs host the Tri-City Americans in the Spokane Veterans Memorial Arena. It's a Sturm Heating Family Feast night. Enjoy discounted concession items at select concourse locations, including $2 hot dogs, Coca-Cola products, and more. Saturday, December 30th, a family feast courtesy of Sturm Heating. Puck drops at 6:05. For tickets, go to SpokaneChiefs.com.
So you can keep me inside the pocket of your ripped.
Stay safe while traveling this winter. Before you head out, trust the First Alert weather team to pinpoint the safest times to go and exactly what to expect. 4 News Now First Alert weather on air, on the app, and streaming on KXLY Plus.
3, 2, 1.
The new year is here, and that means it's time to jump into the gym and get those New Year's resolutions going to do more in 2024.
Let's go!
Lose some inches.
Drop a few pounds. Get stronger.
Whatever your goals are, Move Fitness has the staff, trainers, and facilities to get the job done. Plus, you can enroll now for just $24. So what are you waiting for? Hurry down to a Move Fitness near you.
Time is running out. Shopko Optical can help maximize your vision benefits and FSA dollars before they expire. Get a comprehensive eye exam and discover your new style. Call Shopko Optical or visit shopko.com to schedule your exam.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now. This Good Morning Northwest morning sprint is brought to you by Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning.
The time is now 6:52. Let's get you ready to take on your Wednesday in the morning sprint. The U.S. has launched a series of strikes at Iraq. Sydney Charles is telling us why. We're waking up to some patchy fog, but we're expecting sun and clouds later today. Mark has your forecast just ahead. But first, a judge found a former Pasco police officer, Richard Aguirre, guilty of first-degree murder in the killing of Ruby Doss in 1986. Now, yesterday, the courtroom was silent as Aguirre waited to hear the judge's verdict. Key elements in the testimony: DNA found on a condom at the crime scene, and an account from a former friend who said Aguirre admitted to choking a woman the night that Doss died. The evidence persuaded the judge to believe the condom was used by Aguirre and Doss the night she was murdered. The fresh crime scene and the placement of evidence led the judge to believe there was a struggle between the two. Aguirre's sentencing is scheduled for February 5th. New developments in the murder case against Bryan Kohberger, the man accused of killing 4 University of Idaho students in their off-campus house last year. The judge has agreed to seal the records of Kohberger's motion to have the case dismissed. Kohberger's lawyers wanted the grand jury indictment dismissed, saying the jurors were given improper instructions on the level of probable cause needed to indict him. Now, the judge denying that request last week. This now means that any documents submitted as a part of that request are no longer accessible to the public. Kohberger is accused of killing Madison Mogen, Xander Kernodle, Ethan Chapin, and Kaylee Gonsalves back in November of 2022. The house they were killed in is scheduled for demolition tomorrow. Kohberger's trial date has not yet been set, but the state has requested that it start in the summer. Spokane Mayor-elect Lisa Brown will be sworn in today at the Spokane Central Library. Brown officially takes over as mayor next week. One of Brown's first major tasks is hiring a new police chief. Last week, she announced that she'll appoint Justin Lundgren as interim chief of police. Lundgren has been with SPD since 1997 and currently serves as the assistant police chief. Together, Brown and Lundgren will work to find a permanent replacement for Chief Craig Meidel. You can watch Lisa Brown's swearing-in ceremony at 5:30 this evening on your connected TV using your KXLY Plus app.
All right, taking a look at what we expect in our first alert weather. We're starting off cool. We've got some slippery roads on those untreated roads especially. We're going to have variable clouds. We're expecting to see a couple of breaks, and then later on this evening around dinner time, we could see some light rain showers that are going to be pushing through the area. Currently, we're sitting at 34 degrees in Liberty Lake, 33 officially at the airport. Our high today is going to be 38 degrees with variable clouds, and we have good air quality today.
This morning, the U.S. is striking back at Iranian-backed militants in Iraq as tensions from the Israel-Hamas war continue to spill over into the Middle East. President Joe Biden authorized the U.S. strikes following a Christmas Day drone attack on U.S. troops in northern Iraq. This comes as officials from the U.S. and Israel are discussing the transition to a new phase of the war. There was a key meeting on the issue last night. The White House says the meeting focused on freeing hostages still held in Gaza, the need for Israel to focus on high-value Hamas targets, and steps to improve the humanitarian situation in Gaza. The latest details on Israel's war with Hamas is coming up next on Good Morning America.
The Spokane Regional Opioid Task Force is ending its program due to a lack of funds. It's a major loss of community resources to fight against the ongoing drug crisis. The Race Rudin Foundation is a Spokane-based organization that helps families and people suffering from addiction. The CEO says the decision from the Spokane Regional Health District to end the program is a surprise. The task force will end on December 29th, which is coming up on this Friday. Now, at the start of the new year means new laws going into effect in both Washington and Idaho. In Idaho, student IDs will be removed from the list of approved documents to register and to vote at the polls. The state now offers free state-issue ID cards to assist people that are impacted by this law change. In Washington, there will be a new 10-day waiting period for all firearm purchases. Currently, the waiting period only applies to semi-automatic weapons. Sellers will now need to initiate a background check and then wait an additional 10 days. Gun owners must also prove that they've passed a safety training program within the last 5 years or provide the fact that they're exempt from the training requirements. Well, the new and improved FAFSA will be available by December 31st. Now, this is the form that helps determine college financial aid eligibility. The new version is supposed to be a lot less paperwork, with most applicants having to answer fewer than 20 questions. The city of Spokane is now offering free curbside Christmas tree pickups starting next Tuesday, January 2nd through January 12th. You put your tree out on the curb on your regular garbage day. We'll have a final check of the weather right after this.
At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
Roundups
like an accidental savings account.
But how much can you really save?
Yeah, I mean...
Whoa.
Hi, I'm Randy, owner of Rooter 911 Sewer and Drain.
Sewer and drain cleaning at half the price of the larger competitors. 24/7 service for all of your sewer and drain cleaning needs in Spokane, 535-3136.
Your whole health is more than what you find at the doctor's office because it's all around you. The food you eat, what makes you happy, and what keeps you up at night. The place you call home. It's why we created a health insurance company that considers so much more. WellPoint, your whole health is our whole point.
All right, good morning, everybody. Taking a live look out at the One Spokane Stadium. It's very dark. You can see the little lights on there. Those are digital. They go different colors. I want to see all the colors. All right, here we go. 38 will be our high today. Cloud cover expected to go in and out of the area, hopefully for some nice sun breaks. Just didn't see them yesterday. Now, tomorrow it's going to be 41, partly cloudy conditions, 40 on Friday. We're going to be dry over the weekend as we bring in the new year. We could see a few scattered showers coming in Monday night into Tuesday. It's about a 20% chance of showers here and there, but for the most part, it's going to be dry. Things looking pretty good, above average.
Thanks so much for joining us this morning. You see it throughout Good Morning America. That's starting in just a few seconds here.